All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call I'm like Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash, and double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone. Peace, citations to the elect. And, this is truly a nightmare we're involved in, uh, being in Babylon. All right, this is truly a unpleasant experience. Scripture say we're set in unpleasant places. All right, and it's truly a sick experience, being here. But Scripture say you have to bear the indignation of the Lord because you sin against Him. So it says 2 Ezra 7:54. It says, "For we have walked in unpleasant places, and the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blackened in darkness. For you have lived and committed iniquity, and we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death." And because this is a place of great judgment upon the earth, a place of great judgment, man. So we're walking in unpleasant places, man. It's an unpleasant experience, bro. Being in this captivity, your people are surrounded in poverty, and you're born into filth. You're born into filth. You don't control the environment. You don't control what kind of parents you got or what kind of family you got. Most of your family ain't shit. So they're a bunch of wicked people, man. You got our people living halfway houses. Now people are destroyed, for a lack of knowledge, as the scripts say. But the forsaken, man. But the Lord would not forget His covenant He made with His people. Genesis 28:10. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. And he light upon a certain place and tarried there all night. But the sun was set, and took stones out the place and put them for his pillows, and laid down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, there was a ladder set up on the earth. And on top of it, which reached to heaven, behold, the angel of the Most High ascending and descending upon it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Most High, Yahweh Shemashai, power of Abraham thy father, and the power of Isaac. The land wherein thou liest, to thee will I give it unto you and unto thy seed. Will I give it, and to thy seeds like it. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and I shall spread abroad to the west and to the east, and to the north and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. That's right. Because Isaiah 29th chapter, when the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So in the sons of Abraham, the sons of the power that will come from a faithful man such as Abraham, would the whole earth be blessed. So the nightmare will end when Israel was ruling and rulership. Now the Lord said He'll wipe away all tears. You know what I'm saying? Every season come with some type of like the spring come up, you got allergy season. Then you got cold flu season when it's winter and shit like that. Then you got different plagues that come about, like the Crown Vicky and all this different shit. The Most High will set up droughts. You've had droughts throughout history and things of that nature because the reason these people really don't, the land doesn't yield its fruit is because of the land Sabbaths not being kept. Which is ultimately because the devil, he don't believe in the Bible. So this covenant that's spoken of here, or this dream that the Lord gave to Abraham, is the fulfillment of his promise that he's going to make to us and his seed, which are his seed, to basically exalt us above all the nations of the earth and fulfill the promise, the oath that he made to his forefathers, that, what I'm saying, he would set you up as the kings of the earth. So for the good of the earth, really, because you're the only ones capable of managing such a magnificent creation such as the earth. And then after you're not done with the earth, but like made it to the paradise supposed to be, then we'll go other places and explore. Because that's the promise the Lord made, John 14th chapter. My Father's house many mansions, if not so, I would not have told you this. 2 Esdras 13:10, it says, but only I. Actually, let me jump down. 2 Esdras 13 and 12. It says, and afterward I saw the man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad and some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and some other was brought free that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked, and I said, thou hast shown thy servant many great wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now the interpretation of this dream, for I have conceived in my understanding. Woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. For they that were not left were in heaviness. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and those that are left behind. Wherefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. See, because the time that's coming is great peril on the earth. All right. The New World Order is making this move. The who they call the banking elites, the elite rich, they're making their moves towards making a move against the children of Israel, because that's the whole threat to them, us being the fulfillment of the prophecies, because that's why the Roman Empire, they sought to the scriptures say the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, violence taken by force. All right, like 70 AD, like when they was persecuting the firstborn, killing off the firstborn, putting you in slavery, keeping you in control, but then eventually they got to come down having great wrath, But anyways, and show their horns, being the devil that they are. It says, now understand I these things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and those that are left behind. 19th verse. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. Yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing which thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. And they that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty. Now this therefore, know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more than blessed than they which are dead. This is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming out the midst of the sea. The same as he whom the Most High, the highest, have kept for a great season, which is by his own self shall deliver his creature. And he shall order them that are left behind. That's right. Or because the Lord going 2 Esdras, the 2nd chapter, he was giving the crowns. That means he was ordering the 47, right around the 47th verse. It says that he set many crowns upon their heads. Right. So when he come back, he gonna set the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. Matthew the 13th chapter. All right. The angel's gonna do the sifting, or The angel's gonna do the reaping, right? Because it says that the tares and the wheat grow together. You got certain of our people that are like look like they black, but they actually crackers. And there's certain of us that look like we, might look like a white boy or whatever. And you go back to the tribes of Israel, whether you be a Latino, Mexican, whatever. Your father's seed line determines what you are, what you come from. So, anyways, 2 13 and verse 26. The same is he whom the Most High the highest have kept a great season, which is by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. Whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth came out a blast of wind, fire, and storm, and he that held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days come, the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And that's the end of this damn nightmare, known as Babylon. It says, he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. Yeah, because everyone's going to marvel when they see such a majestic force crack the clouds and shake the earth. Scripture say the Lord touch the land shall melt. So it says, he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand on top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come, be showed to all men, like an exhibition. You're gonna be like an exhibition to the nations. Like, look at this. This is my people, and this is this is my son, and whom I'm well chosen. And this is his elect, starting with his men. And he's gonna glorify that's why I said glorify the meek with salvation. So a innumerable multitude is gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come. Okay, because 2/3 people not willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But yet he shall what? Stand on top of the Mount of Zion, and Zion shall come and be showed to all men, being prepared and built, like as thou sawest the hill graven without the hands. This my son shall rebuke the wicked invention of those nations. He shall beat many nations small as the chaff. Revelation 2 says that he gonna rule the nation with a rod of iron, as a potter broke. Says Revelation 2:25 says, but that which he have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keep my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. True power, and as the vessels of a potter shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. Right? It says, 2 Corinthians 13:37, and this my son shall rebuke the wicked invention of those nations, which are for their wicked life falling into the tempest, and shall lay them before their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. That's right, because the first death was like unto water. The first death being the flood, the second death being by flame. Nuclear flame, when you look at the power of those missiles, it gets to millions of degrees Fahrenheit of heat. That's why I said the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Millions of degrees Fahrenheit. So it says, and torments where therewith shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto fire. Yeah, because the Lord himself, he's not going to break a sweat in the destruction. He's going to have the angels doing all kind of work, the missiles, and yourselves. The Lord said, I will make you a new threshing instrument having teeth. Isaiah 41:15. The Lord's not going to let you just, he's going to let you see it, but he's going to let you get busy too. That's why I say I'm going to call for hunters Second, Jeremiah 16:16, I call for hunters, then I call fishers, then I call for hunters, right? And they shall hunt them. So it says, and 39th verse, and whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom, right? That was over here too, because those are Israelites too. And who were carried away captives or prisoners out of their own lands in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanazar the king of Syria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. So they came into another land, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. That's here in America, because all the tribes are here together. After the split, Rehoboam, Jeroboam, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, the two sons, they're vowing for power after the death of Solomon. Because Solomon had 40 years of peace. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall scatter. So, you know, the wisdom was with Solomon, the Lord. After that, you know, it was all kind of chaos ensuing. You know, that's why that same Solomon has to return again as his ultimate form in the glory of Yahushai. So it says, that's why it says Revelation 2:28, I will give him the morning star, which is the final form. 2 Esdras 13 and verse 42 actually, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own lands, and they entered into the river Euphrates, which by the narrow passage of the river, for the Most High showed them signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For there was a great country, a great way to go through that country, namely a year and a half. It took that long to get over here. The same region was called Arsuf. Dan dwelt there until the latter times, and when they shall begin to come, the high shall stay the springs of the stream for them, again that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. But those that be left behind of thy people are they which are found within thy borders. Now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations, see how the scriptures like, he was talking about the end, then he goes talks about the past, how Jake got there, give you a little history, then he jumped back to the future. Because that's how a lot of that's why you know, when they be reading the scriptures, they get all tripped up because they don't understand it, or whether if it was talking about then or was it talking about now, or was talking about the future. But it says what was that? 48. But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within thy borders. Now in 49, it says, now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain, and then shall he show them great wonders. Then said I, Lord that bears rule, show me this. Wherefore have I seen the man coming up from out the midst of the sea? It says, and he said unto me, like as thou canst neither seek out nor know the things that are in the deep of the sea, even so can no man upon the earth see my son or those that be with him, but in the daytime. This is the interpretation of the dream which thou sawest, whereby thou only art enlightened. For thou hast forsaken thy own way and applied thy diligence unto my law and sought it out. Thy life hast thou ordered in wisdom, and hast called understanding thy mother. Therefore I have showed thee the treasures of the highest. And other 3 days I will speak other things unto thee and declare unto thee the mighty and wondrous things. When you read Genesis, the 40th chapter, there's made mention of 3 days where there was an interpretation that Joseph gave to the Pharaoh, which the prophets are called dreamers as well. Because Joseph was an interpreter of dreams, which he was prophesying as well. But in this particular scenario here, the angel spoke to him, you know, in dreams and visions. Now he showed him the interpretation of this dream, because he said, "Thou hast ordered thy life in wisdom and called understanding thy mother." Now, the 2 Esdras 14 and verse 6 says, "These words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. And now will I say unto thee, that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations which thou hast heard. But thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee until the end times. For the world has lost its youth, and the times begin to wax. Oh yeah, this nightmarish, ghoulish ass kingdom that we're in now has lost its youth. Its lost is begun to wax old, man. You know, the mirth of the land is gone. It was nice while it lasted, you know, for this devil. You know, but then you begin to wake up to this to what it truly is, you know. You begin to wake up to the metrics or the simulation, as they call it, you know. Um, you see, so it says Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 and verse chapter 13, but you know, that's all the lawyer, you know. That get you up out of the damn nightmare, you know. Because that's what it's gonna seem, you know, when the deliverance, when we deliver, it's gonna all seem as a dream, you know, as a badass nightmare. Job 20 and verse 8 says, he shall flee away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Yeah, so it's gonna be as a dream that's not gonna be found. You know, this damn condition. Um it says, anyways, Wisdom Psalm chapter 18, verse 12 says, so they all together had innumerable dead with one kind, neither were the living sufficient to bury them, for in one moment the noblest offspring of them was destroyed. For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledged this people to be the sons of the Most High. Again, this is why they always try to come after the firstborn, right? Upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledged that this people to be the sons of God. For while all things were in quiet silence, and that night was in the midst of her swift course, thine almighty word leapt down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war in the midst of a land of destruction. See, that almighty word is going to leap down again as the Lord was brought down. It came as a baby, you know, compacted in flesh and blood through the seed of man, through the seed of his father David, right? As it was always predestined for him to do so. But then the second time, the Lord, it said that his almighty word going to leap down from heaven out of his royal throne as a fierce man of war in the midst of a land of destruction. Yeah, because that's how he's going to come with great violence to spoil this place, and brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword, standing up, filled all things with death, and it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth. Then suddenly visions of horrible dreams troubled them sore, and terrors came upon them unlooked for. And one was thrown here, and another there half dead, and showed the cause of his death. For the dreams hath troubled them, and did foreshow this, lest they should perish and not know why they were afflicted. Yet the tasting of death touched the righteous also, and there was a destruction of the multitude in the wilderness, but the wrath endured not long. Yeah, because this is not going to be forever. But see, even you that's righteous, you know, according to the Lord, all right, not according to, you know, this world, but according to the Lord. Even you have tasted of death, you know, even you have tasted of grief and all this bullshit. All right. It says, for then the blameless man made haste and stood forth to defend them, bringing the shield of his proper ministry. Because the scriptures say, take on the shield of righteousness, right? Which is this proper ministry, which ultimately that's the defense of where there's no vision, the people perish, right? So where it is that the proper ministry is, that's where the defense of Zion is, the defense of Israel, the tower, right? That's why the watchman, right? Isaiah 6:2-6, I have said, watchmen on the walls of Jerusalem that should never hold their peace day nor night, either make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, right? So here it is. You are the defense, the first line of defense. That's why you're the. That's why the Lord said, "Let your light shine before men." Light is a defense, Like money is a defense. That's why it says where your heart is, there your treasure be also. Right. That's why, you know, the scriptures speak about spending up your substance, you know, because when the Lord come, he said, "Would I require my own with usury at the exchanges?" Right? You spend all the substance, you got nothing to give to the Lord. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and verse 21. For then the blameless man made haste and stood forth to defend them, bringing the shield of his proper ministry, even prayer and appropriation of incense, set himself against the wrath, and so brought the calamity to an end, declaring that he was thy servant. For he overcame the destroyer, and not with strength of body nor force of arms, but with a word he subdued him, him that punished, alleging the oaths and covenants made with the fathers. Genesis 28th chapter, right? When that dream was seen, that was the Lord fulfilling the covenant made with the fathers. It says, for when the dead were now falling down by heaps, one upon another, standing between, he stayed the wrath and parted the ways to the living. For in the long garment was the whole world, and in the 4 rows of the stones was the glory of the fathers graven, and thy majesty upon the diadem of his head. And unto these the destroyer gave place and was afraid of them, for it was not enough that they only tasted the wrath. Okay, because you're going to also taste the glory. You're going to taste the, you have to taste wrath. The Lord's a perfect balance. He's going to give you the Lord doesn't put you to hell just to torture you and see you. It's all for a particular purpose, man. That you will acknowledge your sin, that you will acknowledge your offense and return, oh backsliding daughter. How long will you be stricken? Second Peter, the second book of Acts 14 and verse 2 and 14. My bad. It says, but Peter, standing up with the 11, lift up his voice unto them and said, ye men of Judea, all ye that dwell at Jerusalem, be this known unto you, and hearken unto these words, for these are not drunken as ye suppose, seeing it is but the 3rd hour of the day. But this is what has been spoken by the prophet Joel, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And the vision that you see is the vision of the kingdom of the end of this nightmare. 2 Ezra 6 and 9, Esau the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Man, this is not a pleasant place. We have walked in unpleasant places. 2 Ezra 7:54. So that's when you get woken up to this understanding. You come about this sleep, and you desire for the nightmare to end while everybody else is just dreaming. The reality is greater than anything that you could have ever dreamed of. But that's why it says that your son shall see visions, young man shall see visions, old man dream dreams, and your daughter shall prophesy, and I'll pour my spirit upon all flesh. Pour out my spirit upon you, so you will see the vision. Job 33 and 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumber is upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instructions. Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? The Lord guide your steps. The Lord literally, everything that happened to you, the Lord has guided it, whether it be good or bad. That's why you pray to the Lord, you fast, and you beg the Lord for his mercy, man, because it's the Lord that control everything. So anyways, then he that openeth the ears of men and seal their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from men, and keep back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. For he is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain. Let me get Job the 7th chapter 2, because remind me of this too. Job 7 and verse 13 says, but when I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifies me through visions, so that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life. And I loathe it, that I will not live always, let alone my days for vanity. For what is man that should magnify him, that thou shouldest magnify him, that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment. How long thou depart not from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my spittle, for I have sinned, and what shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why hast thou also set a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? And why doest thou not pardon my transgression and take away mine iniquity? For now I shall sleep in the dust, and I shall seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. So when you see us talking like we talk, and you be like, fuck this life and all this shit, this is where it comes from. Job and all, you going through this type of spiritual, like, because you see things for what they are, and you see the bleak outlook of this society, and you see all this filth. 2 Peter 2:7, just lie vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, right? So the yoke of the Lord is it's light to bear, but it's sometimes come with balance, or sometimes get heavy, but the Lord will lighten up the load, and he'll give you certain, comfort. But at the end of the day, the scriptures say, he that hate not his life cannot be my disciple. So this is why Job was put through this type of stuff, man. It said that scares me with dreams, and thou terrifies me with vision. 15th verse. So that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life. Death, the scriptures say, life, a good life have but a few days, and death is better than life of continuous suffering, man. Death is better than a life of begging. Okay. And that's what you become. You become like beggar in the dunghill. You go to your oppressor for the one of all things. You're in a land full of whoredom, or Amos the 7th chapter. You're polluted. Haggai 1:6. You work. You fill a bag with holes. The society, even though you try to distract yourself with drugs and cheap porn and all this crazy shit that Jake is into, and gangs and the culture and little nasty music, inside you destroyed because you're looking for the truth, the answers. Just Jake is a spiritual people. They're all into these philosophies, the Islam and all this shit. Yeah, we get mad at them and all this different shit, but at the end of the day, they're just lost. They have all this baggage, trauma, and all this shit. They don't have no daddies, they don't have no mamas. They ain't got no families. You know what I'm saying? They have become widows and fatherless, and they look at him destroyed. This nigga walking on the stage, the do y'all like my outfit? Like, and the people is going crazy and all this shit. They accept this. This is a destroy people, man. So the Lord put the curses on us. The Lord said, scourges of sin for amendment. You're getting scourges all the time, man. Whether it be ailments, all kind of diseases. Sometimes you feel physically you want to drop dead. You got this devil pouring chemtrails on your head every day. That's why the pollen be so extra strong. Back in the day, it wasn't even that strong. When I was like 5, 6 years old and shit. I guess you're supposed to have stronger immune system when you get older, but that shit affected me even harder, man. Like, even when I got older, because this devil pouring out shit every day, contaminating all the food supplies with the little by little poisoning you. That's why you get older and you need to get some type of surgery already, man. But anyway, the vision is yet for an appointed time. At the end it shall speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Habakkuk 2. So at the end of the day, you're gonna win, but the vision is is the hope. Isaiah 29 verse 5. Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the terrible ones shall be as chaff that passeth away. Yea, it shall be as an instant suddenly. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, and with storm tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. Many degrees Fahrenheit fire, walls of fire from the countless missiles that are gonna pound this place. Because when you do some research on ICBMs, intercontinental missiles, nuclear bombs, things of that nature, you see various numbers on how much they have. But the scriptures say 200,000. All right. Because That's the warheads breaking apart, hitting this place because they detonate in various different ways. Sometimes they hit the earth. Sometimes they explode over it. Okay, different payloads for different missiles because they have all different kind of missiles. But it says in Isaiah 29:7, and the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her shall be a dream of a night vision, and it shall be even as a hungry man dreameth. And behold, he eateth, and he awaketh, and his soul is empty. And when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite, so shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. All right. It shall be like a thirsty man that dreameth. All right. A vain hope. Psalms, the second chapter. Why does the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? All right. It says in Sirach, the 34th chapter, that dreams lift up fools. Okay, they in their heads. The Most High choose their strong delusions. That's why the Lord said He choose their strong delusions. He has put it in the head of these Chinese that they're gonna be the top because look at what they're building. Look at all the shit that they're doing. They're building like a motherfucker. They're a threat to these crackers, even though we know that it's not gonna happen. The Most High controls all world events, so it's not gonna take place. This Chinese man is gonna usurp us. We're going to take the kingdom. The saints of Most High shall take the kingdom, possess the kingdoms, and forever and ever. Daniel 7:18. So it's not that, but the Most High has put it in their head, just like He put certain vision at Balak time. He'll let certain heathens have certain visions in the night, and they'll imagine certain things. But those visions that He gave them were actually came to pass. But with the Chinese today and these other nations, he he'll literally have the Arabs thinking that the Arabs are going to be the next. That's why they got Dubai, Riyadh, and they're building up all these different places and shit, trying to be like the Americans. That's why it says Asia that has been partaker of the hope of Babylon. Be thou ashamed, for you give your daughter unto whoredom, because sickly. 2 15 verse 44, they shall come unto her and besiege her, the star, and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. And then shall the dust and smoke go up onto the heavens, and they that be about her shall bewail her. Revelation 18th chapter, the merchants of the earth cut off, and they cry, saying, Alas, alas, the great city, and 1 hour so great Richard come not, man. 45, it says, but they that remain under her shall do service unto them that put her in fear. Us. All you that remain gonna serve us that put this bitch in fear, this whole America, because you gonna serve the victor, the who's standing at the top at the end of the war. 46, it says, and thou Isaiah, it's like it, thou Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, thou art the glory of her person. Woe unto thee, for thou art rich, because thou made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. For thou hast followers her that is hated in all her works and inventions. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy house with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, the heat thereof shall rise that is set over thee. That's right. For thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and the lovers shall not be able to receive thee. And I will wound. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Lord? If thou hadst not always slain my chosen, exacting the stroke of thy hands, and saying over the dead, whence thou was drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive thy own recompense. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, said the Lord, even so shall I, the Most High power, do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Right? Because not only had the Chinese, the Moabite, the Ammonite, also he had become like this devil. When the Ammonite, he has a bone to pick with this devil. They all have a bone to pick with this devil, but he has much reason to hate these devils. For World War II. But you have you have these sand niggers in the Middle East. They're they're some fools. These Lawrence of Arabia motherfuckers. They're they're just, you know, ever since oil was struck, these Americans found the oil because these people didn't have the weaponry. I mean, it's like the gear or the digging apparatus to be able to find all that oil and shit. That's why they have such a great connection with the Saudis. The Saudis can't turn on these motherfuckers. The reason why the Sheikh Mansour and this guy Asir Al Kanafi, that's why they're able to go to Europe and buy PSG, buy Man City, buy fucking buy all these clubs, right? That they're able to become the presidents of UEFA and run the Champions League and do all this shit because the connection of the Americans with the Saudis and the Saudis with the Americans and the state of Israel in 1948. All this after that happened, they started finding oil, you know, in great quantities. Yes, they had oil in the early turn of the century, but Saudi Arabia started to go up. That's why they had that movie Lawrence of Arabia during them times, because um, that's the boom. That's why they was able to build all these majestic cities now that you see today, you know. But since you partook in all that oppression that this white man put on us and all that shit, because you helped finance this devil, and the Chinese too, because the Chinese have grown to become who they are off of these damn Americans making the partnerships. At the end of the day, they're all making a tumult and a confederacy against the children of Israel. So, anyways, back in Genesis 46 and 1, real quick. And Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices unto the Most High power of his father Isaac. And the Most High spake unto Israel in the visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob, here I am. And he said, I am the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, the power of thy fathers. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will make thee a great nation. And I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will surely bring thee up again. And Joseph shall put his hand upon thy eyes. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father and their little ones and their wives and the wagons which Pharaoh sent to carry him. And they took their cattle unto their goods they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him, and his sons' sons with the daughters and the sons' daughters, and all his seed brought he with them into Egypt. And these are the name of the children of Israel which came up into Egypt, Jacob his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, the sons of Reuben, Hanak, Phalu, Hezron, Carmi, the sons of Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and it's going to name the rest of them down there. But the vision that's for our people, bro, you know, because it's a damn nightmare you living now, bro. The dream to come, the dream that the Lord has given, you know. I had a dream like MLK. Well, the proper dream will be that Israel run the world, not that we hold hands with some devil, you know, that's an inferior beast. Okay. An inferior beast, a mere mortal. The Lord said, you are gods, but you shall die like men. John the 12th chapter, the 25th verse. So your proper role is to be a power on the earth. That's what it meant. You are powers on the earth. Princes of the power. 1 Kings 3 and 5. And Gibeon the Lord appeared unto Solomon in a dream by the night. And the Most High said, ask, and I shall give thee. And Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne as it is this day. And now, O Lord, yeah, you got everybody. Oh, person is David. This person is David. Yeah, the children of Israel will seek David, right? Their king, right? as it is this day. Right. 7th verse. And now, O Lord, power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father. And I am but a child, and I know how to go out or how to come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this so great a people? Such a great understanding people that are currently under shekel and bondage, man. But it says Psalms chapter 73 and verse 17. It says, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Surely we have walked in unpleasant places. 2 Ezra 7:54. Right. Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. So foolish was I, and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee, that is holding me by my right hand. Well, yeah, you was a beast when you was acting like Esau. You was acting like Esau, man. You was believing what Esau was saying, man. You was alienated. He was alienated from the commonwealth of Israel, being in a nightmarish, ghoulish ass state. He was in a nightmarish, ghoulish ass state, Mel. But we still have to live amongst. That's why John 17:9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. I pray for that thou shouldest keep them while they are in the world. Not that thou shouldest take them, because your purpose must be fulfilled, but that thou shouldest bring, keep them while they're in the world. You're like, I know what they're gonna have to go through and all this, vexation. Anyways, Ephesians 2 and verse 10, it says, for we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushua unto good works, which the Most High have ordained that we shall walk in them. Ephesians 4 and 1, walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye have been called, right? 11, it says, wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, or are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands, that at the time you were without Yahushua, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers for the covenants of promise, having no hope, and without the Most High in the world. But now in Hamashiach Yahushua, ye sometimes that were far off were made nigh by the blood of Yahushua. For he is our peace, who had made both one, and have broken down the middle wall partition between us, and having abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments was contained in ordinances, for to make in himself a twain one new man, so making peace, that he might reconcile both unto the Most High one body by the cross, having slain the enmity thereby. All right, so that's the fulfillment of the dream. Okay, that you may be perfect. It says Psalms 126 and verse 1, and when the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord have done great things for them. The Lord have done great things for us, for we whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. And he that goeth forth and weepeth, beareth precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing and bringing his sheaves with him. Is there precious seed? Like the Lord told told Jacob in Genesis 46, go down to Egypt, for I'll be with thee, and I'll make thee a great nation. And you're gonna spoil the Egyptian, you're gonna come out with great substance. you're gonna spoil these crackers. You're gonna come out with great substance. Yeah. And the land of their captivity, you know, they're gonna remember themselves. And you're gonna spoil these devils, and you're gonna bring great substance. Ecclesiastes 5:3. For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by a multitude of words. When thou vowest to vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Better it is that thou shouldst not vow than that thou shouldst vow and not pay. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say by before the angel of the Lord, because it was an error. Wherefore should the Most High be angry at thy voice and destroy the works of thy hands? For in the multitude of dreams and many words, there are also diverse vanities, but fear thou the Most High. Yeah. So these people are imagining vain things. They're seeing visions. They're thinking about, you know, this person want to rule, this nation want to rule. They're all vanity. They're all works of naught. That's why scripture say the isles of the earth stand quiet before the Lord. You know, the earth right now is all kind of, the Lord got all kind of things happening. Also, he could come and set order to the place and bestow upon it his chosen. Because, like we read in 2 Ezra 15:46 on down, because you have done this unto my chosen, so shall I be in straits. All right. So going on to say, they're going to say Ezekiel the 12th chapter, the 21st verse says, and the word of the Lord came unto me saying, son man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, thy days are prolonged, every vision faileth. Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall no more any vain vision nor flattering divination be within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahshua I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, and it shall no more be prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, I will say this word, and I'll perform it, said the Lord. Isaiah 42:9. The Lord spoke the things from the beginning, new things do I declare. Right? Isaiah 42:9, it says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Okay. Ezekiel 12:26. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying again, son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, this vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I shall have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. So the word that I have spoken, behold, Isaiah 42 and verse 9, behold, the former things that shall come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you them, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Scripture say, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Right? They that brought us by the rivers of Babylon required of us a song, required us of mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. Well, this song they don't particularly like. That's why they're trying to bend the scriptures and Israel's the anti-Semitism and all this bullshit. Well, the true hate is towards the children of Israel, the true Jews, which at the end of the day, the laws are set up to benefit Whitey, because that's how he set up Isaiah 10:1, unrighteous decrees that destroy, to try to destroy the things that the Lord set forth, because his job is to try to upset prophecy. That's why he try to fake the moon landing and things of that nature, have you believing that, you know, you just came from a big bang and all kind of bullshit, to try to, you know, and build CERN and all these different things. Now they're trying to, you know, try to find the secrets of the world, and that's why they have NASA. NASA's some big ass lie, which actually NASA's a Hebrew word. I forget what it means, but they're looking up into the stars to try to see if they find the ships, but they're seeing all kind of UFOs, all kind of chariots. Scripture say the Lord, he sitteth among, Psalm 68. He's amongst the clouds. The Lord, he sit amongst the clouds. It says Psalm 68 and 11. The Lord gave the word. See, the Lord gonna give the green light, like John Legend. Give me the green light. You know. I said, and great was the company. Great was the company of those that published it. All right, that would be you. The king of armies did flee apace, and she that tarried at home divide the spoil. That's right. You're gonna divide the substance, divide the spoil. You're gonna start divvying it up. You know how you hit a lick, jig of the world. Well, we're gonna spoil these devils just like and then we're gonna divide amongst ourselves. And they're gonna take their daughters and divide them amongst themselves. The scripture says, "Thou seest in a captive amongst the a beautiful woman, and thou hast desired to go in unto her. You shall pare her hair and shave her head, pare her nails, and thou shalt mourn for her family 30 days, and then thou shalt go in unto her, man." And that's the spoils of war. Okay, so we're gonna take all this shit and bring it back to our headquarters that they're gonna build up, by the way. The residue of the heathen, starting with the head Rockefeller Rothschild demons. They're gonna be up there doing the heavy lifting, doing the laying down the golds of the temples, you know. But anyways, 13 verse. Though ye have lying among the pots, ye shall be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. And when the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was white as snow and salmon. The hill of the power is as the hill of Bashan, and as high hill as the hill of Bashan. Ye shall leap, ye high hills. This is the hill which the Most High desire to dwell in. And yeah, the Lord will dwell in it forever. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Mount Sinai, as in a holy place. Thou hast ascended upon high, and thou hast led captivity captive, and thou hast received gifts for men. Yeah, for the rebellious also, that the Lord power might dwell among them. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits. See, this devil, he tried to give you the scripture say what? His children shall seek to please the poor, right? So he come in there, but he's a forger of lies, a physician of no value. Job 13:4, man. He's but see, the Lord said, "I give you a water drink, you shall never thirst. I shall give you bread, and you shall never hunger." Right? So, he that believeth on me shall be satisfied. So you become satisfied at this word. That's why it says, the whatever state I learned to be content. So it goes on to say, Psalm 68 and 20, he that is our power is the power of salvation. For he loaded us with benefits, right? And unto the Most High, the Lord power belong the issues from death. And the Lord's going to present death at the doorstep of this devil, the border of wickedness. Malachi 1:4. He's going to present this death towards 2/3 of our people that's not being passed over, just like in the time of Egypt. That's why it says Ezekiel the 9th chapter, to set a mark on the forehead of them that be that sign cry for the abomination that be done in the midst thereof, right? So it says, but 20th verse, his that is our power of salvation, even unto the Most High, the Lord belongeth the issues from death. But the Most High shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such a one as goeth in on still in his trespasses. The Lord said, I will bring again from Bashan, and I will bring my people again from the depths of the sea, from among all these damn filth, that thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thy enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same. And they have seen thy goings, O Most High, even the goings of my power, my King, in the sanctuary. The singers went before, the players on the instruments followed after, and among them were the damsels playing with timbrels. Bless ye the Most High in the congregation, even the Lord from the fountain of Israel. That's right, because that's where proceed the fountain of life. And this fountain is only for the Israelites. No, this in this society, the devil had white only fountains. See, in his society, he could be racist, but when it comes to your Bible and your kingdom, you have to accept every fucking body. Or then you have to be you have to be understanding to them and you have to forgive them. But they are not so they're not so kind to you. Let's say that much. Okay. See, even when we have them in captivity, we're not gonna give their. Yes, we're gonna dash our foot. They're gonna dash their babies against the stone, but we ain't gonna be doing what they did to us, castrating them in front of them, their families, and buck breaking them in front of their woman and their kids and shit. All kind of just madness, bro. Like Django, they were about to castrate the man like a dog. Um, they out there. They put you in some hot box and shit. And speeding you to as bait, gator bait, and also it's filth. And they had the scripture say the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. The wise man regard the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. This devil, he see his own, he don't even pity his own little pets. Look how he treat them. We get to the veterinarian, Now he has cruelty towards the animals, all kind of extinct animals, man. The whales beach themselves. The animals extinct. Tigers, you got crossbreeding. You got the tiger messing with the lion messing with the zebra, deer bird. You got deer birds. You got all kind of shit, man. And then those are called abominations. Those are called because that's not natural. Men and women are doing all kind of unnatural shit, getting all kind of surgeries. Dude chopped his knees off and it became 6 inches taller. That man gonna die a quick death. Probably have some type of blood circulation problem, But you have all kind of just issues, man. But anyways, in the society, that's why the world, whether or not they know it, the whole creation groaneth for the manifestation of the children of the power. Romans the 8th chapter, man. Whether or not they consider it, they the whole world, even the animals, it's all spiritual, because this says that in Job the 5th chapter, the stones of the field shall be in league with thee, right? And the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Meaning you have lion as pets, bears, all kind of, like Mystica said, if they find me in a forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear, because the bears, all the things gonna be underneath your control. The scripture say Adam was made Lord of all the creatures. 2 Ezra the 6th chapter, But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it right there. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, Psalm 73 again, verse 20. As a dream when one awaketh, so, Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise the image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee, for thou hast holding me by thy right hand, and thou shalt guide me with thy counsel. And afterward, you shall receive me the glory. Whom have I in heaven but thee? And there is none upon the earth that I desire besides thee. And my flesh and my heart faileth, but the power is the strength of my heart, my portion forever. When the Lord divided the nation, their portion, he divided them according to the sons of Jacob, the sons of Israel, the sons of the power. 2 Ezra, no, Sirach 17. 17. It says, when the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. All right, Israel is the Lord's portion. Psalm 73 and 26. And my heart and my flesh and my heart faileth, but the Most High is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish, and thou hast destroyed all of them that go a whoring from thee. But it is good for me to draw near to the power, for I have put my trust in the Lord Yahweh. by Hashem Yahushua, that I might declare all that works. All right. So with that, call on my Yahweh, call Halayim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, where I learned this truth. And peace, salutation to the elect. To the elect, Shalom.